Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
Hey guys, and welcome to 𝗪𝗁𝗁𝗃𝗀𝗀, your #1 source for all things films and movies. And when it comes to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, one actor has existed for quite a long time and continues to just really be one of the most interesting characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that of course is Loki, played by Tom Hiddleston. And Tom Hiddleston has done an outstanding job over the years really bringing this character to life. And one of the most interesting things when it comes to Tom Hiddleston is definitely the dynamic he has with his co-stars in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, both on-screen and off-screen. It's really interesting whenever we get to see Tom Hiddleston joke around with various members from the MCU, or even talk and joke about other people from the MCU along the way. And whether it's just funny, light-hearted jokes at the expense of another star, or maybe a hilarious impression, which we'll see in a moment is Tom Hiddleston's go-to, it is something really unique to take a look at. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Starting things off, there's this very simple interaction between Tom Holland and Tom Hiddleston, where Tom Holland reveals that Spider-Man's powers aren't actually real, and Tom Holland doesn't actually have those powers. And Hiddleston has a pretty great response.
There seems to be a real togetherness. I guess that speaks again to Kevin Feige and the directors and stuff. Is that true? You feel that way?
Well, the Spider-Man stuff isn't real. Yeah, I can't actually swing from building to building. I'd love to be able to do that.
Then we can look back to this even older interview all the way back when Tom Hiddleston and Chris Hemsworth were doing a press tour for Thor: The Dark World, and Tom Hiddleston was questioned about something that Chris Hemsworth had said about the character Loki, and Tom Hiddleston had a pretty fun time responding back.
There's a huge amount of romantic love going on between Hiddleston and Hemsworth. He's built like a brick shithouse. And by the way, you are the only Thor. Now that go.
Then during the promotional tour for Avengers Infinity War, they were doing a type of game where Tom Hiddleston at the moment was hosting it, and the game was decoding anagrams, which essentially are word puzzles where the letters are all scrambled up. You have to figure out what the word is. But of course, Tom Holland didn't know what an anagram was, and Tom Hiddleston's reaction and response was pretty funny.
You might need some help. You've got some Avengers here who, I mean,
To be fair, I just asked, what's an anagram?
It was what they had before Instagram.
Zrani!
Who could it be?
Don't look at me, bro.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Let's see.
We know that Tom Hiddleston is a very close friend to actor Benedict Cumberbatch, and Tom Hiddleston was actually invited to present an award to Benedict Cumberbatch for outstanding achievement. And while Tom Hiddleston was giving his speech about Benedict Cumberbatch's career, he did throw in a couple of little jokes at Benedict Cumberbatch's expense, and it was pretty great. But nonetheless, it is clear that they are really good friends.
I first saw him, as you may have done, as a quiet, captivating Tesman in 𝗩𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃 at the Almeida for Richard Eyre. He has delighted, moved, and entertained so many people. Sometimes as an actor, sometimes by his inability to say the word penguin.
Then there was this interview while also doing a promotional tour for Thor: The Dark World, where Tom Hiddleston made a joke about what is actually the cause of a lot of Loki's evil motives. And it all comes down to some of the other characters in the Thor movies. And just the way that he phrases it, he kind of makes fun of the characters while also making fun of his own character at the same time, and it's pretty clever.
Thor went off to have slumber parties with Sif and Fandral and Volstagg. Volstagg loves a slumber party. Hogan, all those guys
And Loki's like, wait!
Wait, let me just get my things together. Oh, you've all gone without.
This one is from a recent interview where all of the cast members from the various Disney Plus series were together, and during the time there was just a lot of hilarious moments that ensued across the board with all of these cast members. But of course, Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan have this bromance that also seems like a love and hate relationship at the same time, and Tom Hiddleston decided to poke a little bit of fun at that, referencing the therapy scene from the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV series.
Oh, there she is.
I'm just observing and just like saying how I see it.
Lizzie, I'm just saying, if you ever want to meet at Aroma Cafe in the Valley, I'm in.
Aroma Cafe?
Is this where the therapy came from?
Right.
But like we said earlier in the video, we all know Tom Hiddleston is the king of impressions when it comes to actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. For instance, most recently, this impression of Owen Wilson resurfaced, of course, because of the fact that Owen Wilson is co-starring alongside Tom Hiddleston in the Loki Disney Plus series. So it's really funny to get to look back and see this impression that's from years ago. But first, we wanted to give a quick reminder, we do have a really awesome Instagram page that updates you guys on everything happening Marvel immediately. So if you guys want to follow us on Instagram, check it out, link in the description. There's also a ton of really awesome memes and other things that are posted on there. So make sure you guys are following that page, and let's go ahead and jump into this story.
No, is not this simpler? You know, like, is this not your natural state? You know, it's the unspoken truth of humanity that you know, you can crave subjugation. So,
Even better, in a recent interview, Owen Wilson was questioned about the impression himself and was shown the impression and got a chance to review it. But it's not just Owen Wilson that Tom Hiddleston has a reputation of doing impressions of. For instance, he has an amazing spot-on Chris Evans impression. He's done this one multiple times in various interviews, and it almost seems like with each iteration, it keeps getting better and better.
Wow, Zach, 𝗩𝗶𝗃𝗀, man. It's pretty rockin'. I love Chris. He is such a cool guy, and I actually saw him backstage last night. After I came off stage from Hall H, he was right there, and he was so funny because, you know, he was wearing a t-shirt and a cardigan like a human being.
Then at an interview for a premiere, Jeff Goldblum, which is his co-star from Thor Ragnarok, was there, and Tom Hiddleston threw in a quick little impression of Goldblum, and it's pretty impressive for something that was done on the spot.
I mean, since we worked together on Thor Ragnarok, I feel like a little bit of Goldblum's style has rubbed off on me.
Okay.
What can I say? I'm just a protege. I'm just a, what am I? I'm a, just, you know, just a student, a mere student.
You're a great impersonator. Is that your Jeff Goldblum?
What do you think? What do you know? Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, that was so accurate.
Perfect.
That was incredible.
What do you think of that?
Then in another interview, he pulled out a quick impression of the character Korg, which also was in Thor Ragnarok.
Funny, man.
Hey, bro, my name is Korg. I'm made of rocks.
My friend does that, you know.
My name is Korg. I'm kind of like the leader in here. I'm made of rocks, as you can see, but don't let that intimidate you.
He's so funny about it too. He's like, oh God, I gotta put the suit on. Oh God, I can't do this anymore.
I'm supposed to be Captain America, but you actually are Thor. Look at you, you are Thor. Like that guy is Thor.
And one time when telling a story, he talked a little bit about his interaction with Samuel L. Jackson, and in the process of that, when quoting him, he did a little mini Samuel L. Jackson impression too, which was pretty interesting to say the least.
It's, you know, a sort of big leather trench coat and black trousers and an eye patch, and he just looks like mean and cool and badass, and I turned up in my golden horns and a green cape, and the first thing he said was, if you told me it was a costume party, I'd have brought mine.
Then there was also this moment where Tom Hiddleston, when he was on the Graham Norton show, talked a little bit about his infamous audition for the role of Thor, which is the role he originally auditioned for when signing up for the Marvel movie before he was casted as Loki. But interestingly enough, with their decision to go with Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston has a pretty good and positive reaction to the fact that Hemsworth is the character now, but has fun with it at the same time.
But fair play to Tom, he just went for it.
In the end, Ken, why did you go with this then, in the end? Was it the longer hair? Was it...
I think it was the hair. I think it was really the...
That's my brother from another mother.
Yeah, you know, Thor. Yeah. Oh, Thor.
There's also this interview for Thor Ragnarok that paired Tom Hiddleston and Chris Hemsworth together, and they were talking about various members of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and for whatever reason, Benedict Cumberbatch's name just kept coming up time and time again, and eventually they kind of had to break out of the questions just to laugh about it.
How's it like to work with your friend Benedict? Oh, back to Doctor Strange. Did Benedict Cumberbatch write these questions?
Benedict, these are not... You could just call me and ask me these questions if you like.
Infectious.
Yeah, it was great working with Benedict.
But then again, even after that last clip, it came up once again, just really leading to this being one of the funnier moments that we've experienced in the interviews that Tom Hiddleston has been in over the years.
Okay, if not Loki, which Avenger would you like to play?
Which Avenger do you think I should play? I can't answer that question.
Doctor Strange?
Okay.
He's a manipulative, crafty human.
Yeah.
So now we wanted to turn it around to you guys. What do you guys think of Tom Hiddleston's impressions of the various actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe? And what are your thoughts on Loki so far? Are you liking the Loki television series so far? Let us know what your thoughts are on the subject in the comments section down below. Also, be sure to subscribe with notifications on for more videos just like this one uploaded every single day of the week. That's it for today though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video.